Hello friends, I'm just greeting you all for this video, and today we are just going to see all about a diagnosing techniques which has been used to detect a COVID-19 virus from the patients. We have just already uploaded video regarding this by RT-PCR, how they are diagnosing active cases of COVID-19, and now we are just going to see an alternative way to diagnose that same COVID-19 with the help of blood. It's a kind of blood test for COVID-19. Let's begin to the video, friends. First of all, our blood contains an antibody. Antibody is nothing but an immune response against an infectious agent, or immune system will be generate some antibodies while any kind of microbes has been infected to your body, like that. Against COVID-19, our immune system has been actually producing some kind of antibodies, which is going to study whether those antibodies are present in your blood or not. If it is presented, yeah, you have an infection, so only it is just producing an antibody against that virus. If it is an absence, in a case of absence, then okay, you are just fine and you will not affected by coronavirus yet now. Like that, we will just conclude it. For before that, we have to concentrate on two kind of antibodies. They are IgM and IgG. Actually, we have 5 kinds of antibodies, but in this video we are just going to concentrate on two kind of antibodies only, because while in the case of infection, immediate response has been provided by these two antibodies only, friends. First of all, we have to know the difference between IgM and IgG. IgM is a kind of antibody which will be produced when you were infected by the infection at the first time. That means you had just got an infection by before some 2 to 3 days, like that. You have an infection in a short period of time, like that. It will be can be say in a simple way, and while we are going to IgG, it will be give a secondary response towards that infection, like that. In that case of IgG, it will be used like that. That means you have this infection for so long period, or else you will get the infection for the second time. It's not a first time. First time it may be you may be won that virus, and second time it will be get infecting you, like that, or else it will be in more period of time. Then it will be a chance to get IgG proteins too in your blood sample, friends. Let me begin how they are detecting. Yeah, it's not like that. Before that, we have to see that what all are the requirements has to be taken for this kind of test. For that, we need three basic things. They are, first of all, our target antibody. Target antibody means a sample antibody which is known as target antibody. That target antibody we can take as blood itself, raw blood. Then antigens has to be used. These antigens are actually controlled to know that whether the antibodies are present or not, like that. Then substitutors. These substitutors are kind of indicators, like fluorescence dye we had just mentioned in a last video, in a PCR technique or RT-PCR technique, like that. It will be just giving you an indication about that. Yeah, you have this kind of antibody, so you have this infection. It may be severe or it may be on a initial stage. That does, it may be IgM or IgG. You have to be careful, like that. It will be given it will be given some instructions, friend, some indications. You can see that here an antigen will be working as a base. Okay, then the antibody is placed on it in an inverted way, then the substitute will bind to it, so it finally gives you an indication that yeah, this person is positive on coronavirus, so you have to be careful, like that. If the antibody will not attach to that antigen, that specific antigen, then it won't be a severe thing. That means you won't have that infection, like that. Or these antigens are a simple simply a viral antigen like that. You can understand this while if you know that ELISA technique, then you can understand those techniques very easily, friends. So this is not a technical video to explain that. I will just explain if you need in a later onwards. Okay. At the same time, we are just going to see about uh, rapid test kit. Same technique only we are just using in rapid test kit. It also works under the same principle what I had just explained with the antibody. We are just going to see how it will be work, and what are the rules on how it can be handled by this rapid kit. Okay, for that we need some bases, that is or RT something, that kit, rapid kit, then your blood sample, as well as with that we need a buffer solution. For it will be provided with the kit itself. uh, so first of all we have to know what are the labels has been provided in that instrument, right? In that equipment you can find that B block, S block, IgM, IgG and C block. Actually there are 5 labels over there. We are just going to see what all are there. First, B, which is nothing but in that port we are just going to load a buffer solution which is used to elute a blood sample from the initial stage to the end of the stage. That is, C is our end point of this test. Okay, friends. For that, the buffer B port is useful for that. Then S port will be helpful to load a sample which is nothing but our blood sample has been want to be loaded on that particular port. Okay, then IgM, in this range we will say that whether you have an IgM antibody or not. If you have an IgM antibody, okay, you have an infection, but it will be under a control, or it may be in a initial stage like that. If you have IgG antibody in your sample, then it has been concluded as, yeah, you have this infection and it is on that serious condition, or else it is not any first time that you are getting infected by this virus, like that we can say, while you have that IgG in your sample, IgG in your sample blood. Okay, and the C is the end point, that is control. Yeah, if you reach the control point, we can say that, yeah, your sample has been completely analyzed. After while it is reaching that C point, then you have to see that whether you have an indications on IgM and IgG lines, IgG ports. Actually, in that if you have presence of IgM or IgG, it will indicate some line on that test kit. Okay, so you can just know that, yeah, I have this IgM and IgG, and some more cases we have the both IgM and IgG too, G also, from the same sample, then the person is infected by coronavirus. Either or that, any one kind of antibody is enough to say that you have a positive case on COVID-19. Then this is the simple way to understand that concept of rapid kit. I think that video will be hopefully helpful for you, friends. Have a great day. Bye.